Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first game of the playoff round here at the Softball Canada Under-23 Men's National Championship in Carp, Ontario. Today's game is featuring the Delisle, Saskatchewan Pride against Newfoundland Physio and Co. We're just underway here with the first batter, Will Major, the second baseman leading off for Saskatchewan. Mitch Whalen is pitching for Team Newfoundland. And the catching for Newfoundland is Adrian Green. So we're just getting started a little bit early here as the umpires were eager to begin things. That's a strikeout for Whalen to start the game as Major goes down swinging for the first out here in the first inning.
The first baseman, number 20, Troy Kuzminka.
That brings Troy Kuzminka to the plate. The big first baseman coming up to one out here in the top of the first game on playoff Saturday here in Carp. These two teams are the 4th and 5th seed, with Newfoundland Physio and Co being the 4th and Delisle, Saskatchewan being the 5th seed. It's a single elimination play. The winner advances, the loser's done for the tourney. That's a little small pop-up to Whalen, and Kuzminka's retired for the second out of the inning.
Number 19, Brant Weeb.
Brant Weeb now comes to the plate. He's the shortstop for Delisle. It's 2 out here as we're just getting underway.
Come on, Weeby, come on!
Brant Weeb takes a change up low for ball 1. The umpires for today's game, behind the dish is Chris Carroll from Ontario. Second base. Weeb's put out on a close play at first, 6-3. So that ends the top of the first. 3 up, 3 down for Saskatchewan.
No hits, no errors, and no runners left on.
Newfoundland will be coming to bat after the break.
Number 20, Jordan Pomeroy.
So back here at the first championship round game in Carp at the U23 Men's Nationals, I was just going through the officials who were selected for this game. The plate umps, Chris Carroll. On first base is Jean-Michel Laliberté. Second is Christian Brown. And working on third is Marcel Saint-Jean. So Jordan Pomeroy is now at the plate, leading off, the center fielder for Newfoundland.
Had himself a day yesterday, Adam. 4 for 4, I believe, and 4 of the 6 hits off Riley Mannion. Was it Mannion?
don't remember.
Now
It
I'm
was
trying
a
to remember.
long
But I
day.
know there were only 6 hits in the game. And
Yeah, no, Pomeroy had an excellent
Jordan
game.
had 4 of them.
That I do remember.
We've called a lot of games here the last 4 days. Day 5 here, the U23 Men's Canadian Fast Pitch Championship. Let's see if we can find that score sheet. We had some of them left over up here. Nonetheless, he's having himself a tournament. And Weeb on to first just in time to get Speedy Pomeroy.
The shortstop, number 9, Liam Shea.
Someone remembers who might have been against Quebec. If someone remembers who the hits were off yesterday. Liam Shea at the plate. He'll be followed by Mark Stack, who earned himself an Infielder All-Star Award yesterday for the qualifying round after having 9 hits, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, and batting for .474 average. Caden Schmotz gets the inside corner. Back up the middle, and that'll be in there for a single. Shea takes a bit of a turn, stays put at first.
The third baseman, number 12, Mark Stack.
So we just found the score sheet. It was Team Quebec. He's 4 for 4 with 2 triples and 2 singles and a run scored. Liam Shea was 1 for 3 with a single, a walk, and an RBI in the game yesterday. Stack with a healthy cut at that pitch. Home plate umpire Chris Carroll out for his first conversation with Caden Schmotz.
Ryan, before the game, I was chatting with a expatriate Newfoundlander, Trevor Power, who is coming to watch kids from his home province play. He's a former softball player here in the area, moved up to Ontario quite a number of years ago, but still supporting the Newfoundland team here at the U23 Canadians.
One ball.
1-2 count here to Stack with Liam Shea on first. Puts that one into play. Camped under it in center for the first
The
out.
second baseman, number 23, Ryan Marr.
So Bicknell makes the second out, gets that ball in quickly and keeps Shea at first base. Brings Ryan Marr to the plate. Change up in there for strike one. Marr not quite able to sit back on that one. Schmutz delivers. Strike two swinging. Schmutz working the inside of the plate. Inside corner of the plate on these right-handed batters so far. Gets him swinging for strike three and ends the top half of the, bottom half of the first.
The summary, no runs, one hit.
After one
no
complete,
errors,
score
and one runner left on.
0-0.
back here for the top of the second inning. If you just joined us, we started a little early. The umpires were eager to get going, so here we are at the top of the second. There's no score. You didn't miss any runs if you're just tuning in to this Newfoundland Physio & Co. versus Delisle Saskatchewan Pride game here in the playoff round on Saturday at the U23 Men's National Championships in Carp. Mitchell Whalen has the ball for Newfoundland. Caden Schmotz is pitching for Delisle. Whalen throws one a little outside. We've got Oakley Durham at bat here, the cleanup hitter and the left fielder for Delisle. Strike on the outside corner. Delisle was seeded 5th after round robin and seeding play. Softball, Newfoundland Physio & Co. seeded 4th. Loser of this game is eliminated from the competition. The winner advances in the single life bracket. That ball's way outside.
As always, appreciate the help. Tom Jackman letting us know that the scoreboard is not quite correct. It should be Saskatchewan and Newfoundland. And we will work on that here. I think we've got it all sorted out. Big thanks to Sean here in the booth. Sheldon down low on the camera. He's in for a hot day today, as is everyone, Adam.
It's hot already, Ryan. It was warm this morning when I went for a little stroll about 6:45, and it's just going to get hotter.
Max Major.
I believe our staff meteorologist here at the Carp Volunteer Committee, Paulie Griffith, is predicting a high of somewhere around 32 today, Celsius.
If I'm not mistaken, 60% of the time, Paulie's right every time. Max Major at the plate, Oakley Durham at first. Squares to bunt. Not mistaken, the ball actually was bunted down, came back up, hit his bat a second time and into the left or the right-handed batter's box. It's a dead ball. Major just gets enough for that high change. That one's outside for a ball. Max Major was the player of the game last night. Had a single, scored a run in the first inning, and had a grand slam later in the inning as the Pride went up 12 early after one inning last night over the Ottawa Valley Chiefs. Whalen gets him swinging.
The catcher, number 18, Kobe Clark.
These two teams had a close one, Ryan, in the round-robin play on Thursday in the evening game. Saskatchewan eked out a 4-3 win over Newfoundland in that matchup. Just one out, we got the catcher, Kobe Clark, coming to bat. Oakley Durham's on first after earning a walk. Still no score here in the top of the second inning. It's a called strike by Carroll.
Close one indeed, Adam. That one's in there. Just over second base. Kobe Clark with a single. Moves Durham up to second. One out.
The center fielder.
Delisle Pride jumped out to an early 2-0 lead on Thursday. After one, and Newfoundland put up 3 in the bottom half of the third inning. Before Troy Kuzminka hit a go-ahead, 2-run home run in the top of the fifth that proved to be the game-winning runs as the Pride took the win 4-3. Bicknell squares to bunt and fouls that one down the third baseline.
So as part of the single elimination round, the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth place teams only have a single life on playoff Saturday. This is the fourth versus fifth game with Newfoundland fourth and Saskatchewan fifth. That'll be followed up by the third versus sixth game, which is Team Quebec versus the Ottawa Valley Chiefs. The winners of those two games will meet up at 7 o'clock tonight, with the winner advancing to Championship Sunday and the loser being eliminated. So it's single lifetime for these teams. Win and you're in. Lose and you're done. The two teams with double lives are the Owen Sound Selects and the Tavistock Merchants. They will play at 4:30 today. The winner of that game advances directly to the gold medal game at 3 o'clock on Sunday, and the loser advances to the semifinal at noon on Sunday. The semifinal will feature the winner of the single elimination teams of the 4 lower teams that advances.
Bicknell spoils that one down the left field line. The winner of that 7 o'clock game between the two winners here in the early games will play the loser of the, not the undefeated game, but the 1-2 game tomorrow at noon. So both these teams have some work cut out ahead of them, Adam, but the opportunity is certainly there for everyone still playing today.
So with that ground out to Mark Stack at third base, getting the force, Bicknell advances to first on the fielder's choice. Clark goes to second. He's been subsequently replaced on the 2-out catcher rule. So there's 2 on with 2 out, and Jordan Perrin, the designated player, coming to bat.
So Max Major actually going to replace Oakley Durham at second, as he's the last available batter in the order to replace Kobe Clark, as he struck out.
umpires having a brief conversation here.
Just hearing behind us here, Adam, the splash pad that's in behind the booth is already quite busy with fans and kids alike. And I'm sure it'll be a hot spot on a day like today. Players are going to have to really focus on staying hydrated, playing multiple games today, as are the umpiring, or as will the umpiring crew.
Absolutely. They need to stay in the shade and stay hydrated, most definitely.
I think they're going to come to the scorecard here, the official scorekeeper, and check to see who the available runners should be. As we have it, it should be Max Major.
Yes, Ryan, and that two-out catcher rule, as you said, it's the last eligible batter, and that would be Max Major.
As Kobe Clark is on first and Bicknell, or second, sorry.
Yeah, Kobe's
being replaced by Max Major, and Ryan Bicknell on first after the fielder's choice. I think we've got it sorted.
The right fielder, number 16, Dylan Quinlaw.
Our announcer's a little ahead of himself here at the diamond. It's actually Jordan Perrin, the designated player, that's batting right now. Donnie Kennedy getting a little ahead of himself there, Ryan. Long-time umpire in the area, volunteering his time as an announcer here at the U23 National Championship. And there's been a lot of volunteers, Ryan. It's great to see the communities come out in droves to both attend games and to help out.
A lot of support here from the local carp community last night and surrounding areas. Big crowd for the U23 games and the local intermediate men's games. Jordan Perrin had himself a night last night, Adam, with a double and a run scored in the first and a home run, two-run home run in the second. As the Pride took the victory after 3.5 on the 10-run mercy rule over the host Ottawa Valley Chiefs to push themselves into this 4-5 game today. Whalen gets him swinging at strike 3, ends the threat and the inning, which will bring the Team Newfoundland Physio and Co. bats to the plate here in the bottom half.
1 hit, no errors, and leading off for Newfoundland, the first baseman, number 19.
So here we are in the bottom of the second inning. We're still scoreless. Newfoundland Physio and Co. coming to bat here. Noah Din, the first baseman.
If I remember correctly, Adam, did he hit a pinch hit home run yesterday? He had a pinch
hit homer yesterday. He sure did. He came in to pinch hit for Hamilton, the first baseman in that game, and launched a bomb. So we were talking a little bit before the break about the support, and as you were saying, Ryan, the crowd last night was really outstanding. As Din launches one,
and he hits another.
Another home run for Din. just got over the outstretched hands of right fielder Dylan Kvinlog out there in right.
Some opposite field power being demonstrated by Noah Din.
So that puts Newfoundland on the board, 1-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. So yes, the attendance last night, I don't have an official count, Ryan, but I can say that the stands were full for both games, as you were saying. There was under 23 games and local intermediate league games. I know that's my team played the 7 o'clock game, and it's the second biggest crowd we've played in front of this year for sure. So it's nice to see people out to watch.
I know some of the older fellows on the team, not your team, the other team, were telling some people they got to live out their dream and they played at the Canadians.
Exactly. Didn't have to pay to get in.
Exactly. There you go. That person's maybe 30, 40 years too late to play in this tournament, but we won't get an exact number.
Yeah. So Logan Power here at the plate. Nobody out. Swings through a changeup there from Caden Schmatz. Strikeout swinging for Power for the first out of the inning.
The designated player, number 8, Nathan Kenny.
That's 2 strikeouts now for Schmatz. Nathan Kenny to the plate. He's the designated player today for Newfoundland.
So Caden Schmatz gets called for his first illegal pitch today. It was a problem on, I'm trying to remember now if it was Tuesday or Wednesday. It was not a problem subsequent games for him. We'll see what the umpiring crew does today. With my hope being that they let the boys play.
Schmatz wants a new K-Master. K-Master 120, Rawling softball. Official softball of Softball Canada.
Braden Harris and Caden Schmatz did a pretty good job shutting down Nathan Kenny in the preliminary rounds. He was 0 for 3 in that game, but draws a walk here with 1 out.
The catcher, number 22, Adrian Green.
In the bottom half of the second. Beautiful bunt laid down by Adrian Green, and no play for Schmatz on that one. In there with the infield single.
The right fielder, number 44, Joel Nash.
It's a really well executed bunt there, Ryan. Not sure whether he was intending a sacrifice or intending a bunt for a single, but it sure was effective. Beautiful bunt to reach base to put 2 on with 1 out for Joel Nash, Newfoundland's right fielder.
Joel did well against the Pride in their first matchup with a 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. Bit of a frustrating night for him last night as he was asked to leave the game in the 7th inning. I believe it was the 7th. After disagreeing with an out call at first base, but he's had himself a pretty good tournament here and played a very solid right field for Team Newfoundland Physio and Co. He's tracked quite a number of balls down the right field line in foul territory. Thank you for the correction on the score. Joel Nash digs in against Caden Schmatz. Squares and fouls it back into the screen.
Pretty slick move by Nash to catch that foul ball off the screen, Ryan.
It was. To track it back and off the screen. Back into his hand. Helping out Colby Clark. Holds on that one. 1-1 count. Appeal down to third, no swing. Schmatz leans, delivers. Nash spoils that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Schmatz with the 1-2 pitch. Nash does well to spoil another one. Gives some 3 boys in foul territory a chance to chase down a foul ball. So if anyone's watching and anybody's pitched before, Schmatz trying to get that foul ball back in. The bright yellow balls that are brand new, pitchers don't tend to like. They don't have the same grip. We've not able to cover second and make the play there. Schmatz went to second. They're discussing.
Schmatz perhaps trying to initiate a double play there, but didn't work out for Delisle, and now the bases are loaded with 1 out.
So just finishing my commentary on those K-Masters, each team is given a ball before the game. Pitchers are able to, I'll call it break them in, but get them a bit dirty, a bit stickier to their liking. But once those balls are hit out of play, having to bring a brand new ball that hasn't been worked in yet, pitchers would prefer not to have to deal with that.
Sometimes hitters too.
Very true. So that brings Jordan Pomeroy up to the plate. As we said, he had himself a day yesterday. Grounded out in the first, but he's up here with the bases loaded and only the 1 out. He fouls that one off.
Newfoundland's base runners have come on a walk, an infield single, a bunt single, and a fielder's choice where Saskatchewan couldn't get an out.
Pomeroy done a great job of the plate and a great job in center field for Team Newfoundland, directing traffic on the corners and tracking down fly balls. Pushes this one foul over the third base fence. And almost into the splash pad, but the fan saved it from getting submerged in water. Pomeroy pushes it up down the left field line. Just out of play, staying alive. For those of you who did tune in last night to the game, I was certainly missing my partner in crime, Mr. Adam Brown here, trying to do my own scorekeeping, play-by-play, and a bit of color. It's certainly nice to have two of us up here. Adam, a borderline professional scorekeeper here. He knows his stuff. I am very much an amateur. Pomeroy pushes that to short. Weeb comes home for the force. And second out of the inning on the fielder's choice.
Infield was in, as they should have been, on a situation with the bases loaded and
Shortstop,
less than two
number
out.
9, Liam Shea.
Shea singled in his previous at-bat. First hit of the game for Newfoundland.
So Team Newfoundland seeing if they can do some damage here and get to Schmotz. Schmotz hoping to close the door after getting into a bases loaded one-out jam. Shea able to, or sorry, not Shea. Major able to scoop that one down at third base. Quickly gets up, steps on third, and ends the threat for Team Newfoundland. Gets his pitcher, Caden Schmotz, out of trouble.
Okay, in the top of the third inning, batting for Delisle is the right fielder, Dylan Gvinlog. Mitch Whalen still throwing for Newfoundland, Physio and co. Newfoundland has a 1-0 lead after 2 complete.
Adam, I was having a good chat with Coach Kevin Kuzminka of the Saskatchewan Delisle Pride. And bittersweet for him being here today. He's super pumped to be here with his team and his son, but a little sad to having to be missing his wedding anniversary, so he wanted me to make sure we gave a big shout out to his wife Loris Kuzminka on behalf of him. Happy wedding anniversary. I can't confirm if he did get you a present or not, but hopefully he didn't forget that either.
The shout out might be it.
I did say he might be happy because that meant he would be here and not have to get an anniversary present, but he assured me that was not the case. So big happy wedding anniversary to the Kuzminkas today. One count to Quinlog. Push it to third, scoop nicely, and on to first for the out.
Nice play by Liam Shea to scoop that.
The second baseman, number 7, Will Major.
For the most part, Adam, we've been saying it all week. The grounds crew has done a wonderful job, and the bounces have been fairly true. I was speaking with a couple of the players from the Owen Sound Selects last night, and they were really commending the diamonds and the conditions, the playing conditions this week.
Well, Jeff Latham and Terry Boyd and several other volunteers have put in tons of work to make sure that the facility was ready to go. A lot of time and effort and sweat and donated labor. And small towns are what come together for events like this, Ryan, and make it successful. We are in the village of Carp. It's actually located in the city of Ottawa from a municipal point of view, but it's about 40 kilometers plus or minus from Parliament Hill. And we're right here on the grounds of the Carp Agricultural Society. So Major at bat, he's the leadoff hitter and he plays second for Delisle. He struck out in his first appearance this inning.
He's worked the 2-1 count in his favor. Whalen sets, delivers, and Major pushes that into center. Pomeroy wisely lets it drop to prevent extra bases. Realized he couldn't get there and made a smart play to
The first baseman,
keep it in front of him, and Major
20,
at first.
Troy Kuzminka.
Brings Kuzminka to the dish with 1 out in the top of the third. And Major on first.
Kuzminka popped up to the pitcher in the first inning. Kuzminka can hit for power, though. He smashed a home run last night off the host Chiefs team. I think it just about hit some of our players when we were playing in that intermediate game over on Diamond 2. It was launched.
He got the scoring started for the Pride last night with a 2-run shot after Will Major got on with a leadoff single, and indeed Kuzminka put it into the second diamond here, which really shows the power that he has. Whalen with a great changeup.
Thankfully, I had myself on the bench at the time, Ryan, so I was out of the line of fire when Kuzminka launched that homer. It's another strong coaching decision on my part.
Wise move for both you and the team. Whalen gets him with another changeup down in the zone. Great pitch by Mitch Whalen to get Kuzminka swinging.
The shortstop, number 19, Brant Weeb.
So Weeb comes to the plate. Some of you are probably familiar with the story of the Saskatchewan team's bats going missing and having to be scrounging up some bats, borrowing some bats. Well, Brant is using my Ronin bat. I figured I would help out the team and lent him the bat, and seems to really like it. His coach asked if he could borrow it for a playoff Saturday, and figure someone might as well get some hits with it, Ryan.
There's still a few left in it. You haven't used too many.
I can remember the date, time, pitcher, weather conditions of the last time I hit a home run with it.
Question for the local viewers is, what diamond was that hit on, Adam?
Well, it was to left field in Queo, which I believe is about 215 to the corner there.
Oh, a generous 215. The dimensions of ballparks differ from one spot to another. Locally here as well, we have a couple of smaller diamonds, a couple of larger diamonds, and for those of you who aren't from the local area, these two diamonds are just about identical. It says 240 to straightaway center on diamond 1 and 236 to straightaway center on diamond 2, and 230 down the lines here on diamond 1 and 233 down the lines on diamond 2. So there's certainly good consistency for the teams. As Major takes off and Weeb draws the walk.
The left fielder, number 6, Oakley Durham.
So Oakley Durham at the plate. With runners on first and second and 2 out.
Durham, the left fielder, walked in his previous plate appearance. Whalen's walked 2 so far today.
Durham was 0 for 1 last night with a walk and a hit by pitch. And a run scored, and in his previous game against the Newfoundland Physio and Co. He was 1 for 2 with a walk, a single, and an RBI, and a run scored. Not a lot of holes in either of these lineups. As we've seen here, the top teams. Durham pulls that one foul down the first base line. Whalen with the 1-2 count in his favor against Oakley Durham. Trying to get out of this inning. See if he goes back to that changeup, Adam. He does. Ooh. Misses with it. Scooped nicely. Could have had a shot at him at third, but
he may have had a play there.
Decided not to risk the throw, and they'll focus on getting Durham here at the plate instead. 2-2 count. So we fix the base at third.
We've commented on this before, Ryan, but we've got 2 lefty catchers in this matchup. Not something you see a whole lot.
Lefties tend to usually be put into the outfielder at first base, just based on the way the game is played and the direction the throws need to be made. Often, as an infielder, you'd have to throw against your body. Less of an issue in the outfield than at first base. Whalen. Oakley Durham with the 3-run bomb. That one just seemed to hang and got out of here. So Oakley Durham pushes a 3-run home run to straightaway center field off Mitch Whalen, and the Pride go up 3-1.
That brings third baseman Max Major to the plate for Delisle.
The third baseman, number 1, Max Major.
He made a nice play to end the inning. Last frame, knocking down a ball and stepping on third to stop the Newfoundland threat when the bases were loaded with 2 out.
Max pushes that one to left. Logan Power under it. Makes the out to retire the side for the Delisle Pride. Bringing Team Newfoundland, Physio and Co. to the plate here in the bottom half.
So back with you here in the bottom of the third inning in this elimination game at playoff Saturday at the Under-23 Softball Canada Men's National Championship here in Carp, Ontario. Looks like there's a change being made here. Not sure what that is. Caden Schmotz is pitching, and he started the game and is still in.
For Newfoundland, the third baseman, number 12. Mark Stack.
So Mark Stack leading off. He was recognized as an all-star in round-robin play. Mark had 9 hits, 2 homers, and 5 RBI during the round-robin portion of the event. He flew out to center in his previous appearance.
Pushes that one in behind second. Major tracks it for the first out.
Nice catch by Major there to get the first out.
The second baseman, number 23, Ryan Marr.
So Ryan Marr now in at the plate. He struck out in his first plate appearance.
Good cut at that one. Strike one.
Seen a lot of interesting comments in our live feed on our Facebook stream, and I believe this is the first time I've seen cooking tips in our comments.
Well, Adam, you were playing last night, but during the Pride game, one fan who was tuned in decided to have a Pizza Pops for every run the Pride scored.
Oh my goodness, he must have been a very full gentleman.
In the one inning, and then decided to switch to corn dogs. And I think he's got both on the go today, so if he has his way, he will certainly be full again, and the Pride will fill the scoreboard.
It's like 10:30 in the morning in Saskatchewan.
We did discuss that as well, Adam, as I was pretty sure and confirmed by a fan that they're the only province in the country who remains on Central Time all year round. They do not have daylight savings. Schmotz misses with that one up in the zone.
The last time I was in Saskatoon, Ryan, was for the Vanier Cup in 2006, the first Saturday in December. That was the coldest I've ever been at a football game.
Drives that one to right. Quinlog able to camp under it and make the second out of the inning.
That brings up Noah
First
Din.
baseman, number 19, Noah Din.
He launched a solo shot in his previous appearance last inning.
Only run of the game so far for Team Newfoundland Physio and Co. And They threatened with the bases loaded after his home run, and Schmotz and the Pride were able to get out of trouble. Change up in there for a swinging strike. Schmotz up 0-2 in the count, 2 out. Rocks fires, gets him swinging to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Pride here in the bottom half of the third. Score remains Delisle Pride 3, Newfoundland Physio and Co. 1.
No runners left. Off the catcher, number 18, Kobe Clark.
So here in the top of the fourth, with Delisle leading 3-1 over Newfoundland, first batter is Kobe Clark, the catcher for the Pride. Whalen opens up with a strike on the outside corner to the right-handed batter.
That changeup driven to center. And out of here for a leadoff home run by Kobe Clark. That got out in a hurry at him.
Surprising, it looked like it was going to bounce off the fence, but it
Stayed up just enough to get over the fence. Nerves of steel out there. I don't think one fan moved. They just almost caught it, I think. I'm not sure, but Kobe Clark leads things off here with a solo shot on a line to center field.
Newfoundland's coach out for a quick chat with Mitchell Whalen to discuss strategy as Ryan Bicknell comes to the plate, the center fielder for Delisle.
The center fielder, number 22, Ryan Bicknell.
Bicknell fouls that one off. Whalen goes up 1 strike. One count as we home plate umpire cleans off the plate. One count. That one's down for ball 2. Whalen delivers. Pushes that one foul down the third base line. 2-2 count. Looking to get things started here again for the Delisle Pride. Pushes the count full. Time called. Hickman earns the walk.
Brings Jordan Perrin to the plate. He's the designated player for the Pride. He's having a quick discussion. His base coach, charged with an offensive conference.
The designated player, number 9, Jordan Perrin.
Runner goes. He's in there safely. The first pitch stolen base. Got a good jump off first.
See a little action here now in the Newfoundland bullpen, Ryan. Number 5. Jacob Kippenhook is warming up, or has warmed up, I should say, as they're walking back to the bench now to get out of the heat.
Ball away. He threw really well the other night for Team Newfoundland Physio and Co. in the qualifying round. Two-oh count. Jordan Perrin smashes that one to center. And that's also out of here for a 2-run home run by Jordan Perrin. Looks like that ball seems to be carrying well to center field this inning. And Delisle Pride taking advantage. That was also a no-doubter.
Looks like we will be getting a pitching change here now, Ryan.
Looks like that might end Mitchell Whalen's day here for Team Newfoundland Physio and Co. The tall lefty could Kippenhook in to throw for them. Kippenhook, a 2004 birthday, so could also be playing at the U20s this week.
Looks like some changes in the outfield as well.
There's Coach Kuzminka. Game like this will certainly make the missing
number 5,
his wedding anniversary a little easier.
Kippenhook.
So Jacob Kippenhook into the game for Team Newfoundland Physio and Co. And Seeing if you can turn around Team Newfoundland's fortunes here after
Now batting
4 runs on 4 batters
Scott
for the Pride.
Yellow Leaves.
Looks like the coach has also elected to put designated player Nathan Kenny into left field, allowing Logan Power to go warm up pitching as well. But you can do that with the designated player rule.
Logan Power also throwing some innings here this week, so some options for Team Newfoundland. The Pride looking to keep things going. And I apologize. I said 3 runs on 3 batters, or sorry, 4 runs on 4 batters. It's 3 runs on 3 batters. As Scott Yellowlees goes down on strikes, having replaced Dylan Quinlog.
The second baseman, number 7, Will Major.
Back to the top of the shop here for Will Major, who singled and ended up scoring on Doakley Durham's 3-run shot in the 3rd inning.
That one bounces off Juanita in through the trees and onto the deck, I think, in the house.
Just so fans know, Juanita's not a fan.
No,
Juanita's
apologies.
a street.
Yes, Juanita Street. I should have certainly added that. Had it bounced off Juanita, I think that would have hurt her. So the Pride doing their damage here in the 3rd and 4th innings. Currently sitting with a 6-1 lead over Team Newfoundland. And Will Major looking to get things started once again here with 1 out for the Pride. As he rips that one to center, but Pomeroy takes a few steps to his left and retires Major for the 2nd out of the inning.
Number 20, Troy Kosminka.
Kosminka is the first baseman for the Pride. He popped up and struck out in his 2 previous plate appearances.
He's also the winning pitcher last night in the Pride's game against the host Ottawa Valley Chiefs. As I said earlier, he hit a 2-run home run to get the scoring started. Had a sac fly RBI as well in the same inning and struck out in the 2nd inning in his 3 plate appearances. Two outs, Kip and Huck looking to get Team Newfoundland here back onto the sticks and any further scoring for the Pride in the 4th inning. Kuzminka skies that one to center. Pomeroy camps under it and retires Kuzminka for the 3rd out of the inning. Through 3.5. Saskatchewan Delisle 4 protection, Pride 6.
3 runs, 2 hits, no errors,
Newfoundland
and no runners left on.
Physio and Co. 1.
So
Logan Powers.
So with Newfoundland down 6-1 here in the bottom of the fourth inning, Logan Powers leading things off. He was playing left field, but took a bit of a break there to warm up pitching just in case coaches feel he needs to go in. Powers struck out in his previous at-bat.
Try and work through some of the changes here. Adam, we think it's Ryan Bicknell in right, I believe you said. Oakley Durham is in left still. The Scott Yellowlee's change was not announced. Just kind of picked that up as he was batting. So we'll try and sort through that.
Yellowlee's might be in center there, Ryan. My eyes aren't good enough to tell from here.
Can't quite see the number on the front of his jersey. Schmatz delivers, strike on the outside corner. Legal pitch called for ball 4. And Logan Power leads things off with a walk.
The designated player, number 8, Nathan Kenny.
Nathan Kenny at the dish. Checks his swing. It will appeal. No swing. That one's pushed to short. Weeb on to second for the first out. Major can't quite get a grip on it, and that one gets away from him.
The catcher, number 22, Adrian Green.
So Power out on the fielder's choice. Kenny in at first.
Adrian Green batting. He reached on a bunt single in the second inning. That's scorched into the left center gap. Picked cleanly, the throw comes in. And we now have runners on the corners for Newfoundland as Adrian Green scorched a single.
Scott Yellowlees did a good job in center field to cut that one off and get it in quickly. But Team Newfoundland Physio and Co. in business here. Just the one out and runners at first and third.
Brings Joel Nash to the plate. The right fielder came up in a previous situation with the bases loaded, hit the ball hard, but reached on a fielder's choice as the runner was erased at home plate.
The right fielder, number 44, Joel Nash.
So Nash pushes that one down to third. Major's throw not in time. Nash beats it out.
Waited just a bit too long checking the runner there. Actually, I was incorrect. When Joel was up the last time, he got reached on a fielder's choice because they were unable to get an out. So
Jordan Pomeroy.
So in there with the infield single here, which loads the bases for Jordan Pomeroy.
He's arguably Newfoundland's most dangerous hitter. They have a lot of great bats in this lineup, but he certainly is dangerous.
And nowhere to put him here with the bases loaded and 1 out. I believe this is the second time he's been up with the bases loaded.
That's right, Ryan. The previous time was when the runner was erased at home plate. I was confusing that at-bat with Nash's at-bat. But yeah, he hit one hard in the second chance here for Pomeroy.
Weeb came home well with that one. And as you said, got the out at home, and Pomeroy down 2 strikes early here, hoping to change his fortunes from the last at-bat. Skies that one. Weeb camps under that pop-up just behind the pitcher's circle and makes the second out of the inning.
The shortstop, number 9, Liam Shea.
Liam Shea singled in his first plate appearance, and his second plate appearance was a bases loaded opportunity where he hit the ball hard, and third baseman Major got the put out at third to end the threat. So a second chance for Liam Shea as well, Ryan, as Pomeroy comes in to run for catcher Adrian Green on second base on the 2-out catcher rule.
That one's up and in for ball 1. So Team Newfoundland has had their opportunities, and Caden Schmatz has done a great job pitching himself out of trouble and hoping to do it again here. Skips that changeup in for ball 2. Favorable hitters count here for Liam Shea. 2 balls, no strikes. He rips that one through the hole. 2 runs will come in, bobbled and left, but Nash stays put at second, and Shea's got himself a 2 RBI single here in the bottom of the 4th.
Even without the bobble, I'm pretty confident that Pomeroy would have came around to score anyways there. So,
oh, the bobble, I think, had Nash been paying attention, might have been able to advance to third, but he's watching his coach, and we don't expect him to bobble it. A great piece of hitting by Liam Shea. 2 runs in, and still 2 runners on. First pitch ball. Mark Stack looks at ball 2.
Oh my
and they've got him at
goodness.
second.
Wow.
Great snap throw by Kobe Clark.
What a toss to pick him off second base. My goodness. Shea got a little too far off the bag. Nash got a little too far off the bag, and Clark erased him to end the inning. That's a big help for your pitcher when the opposing team's rallying. So the lead is halved to 6-3 now. Saskatchewan leads Newfoundland going into the top of the 5th inning.
Summary, 2 runs.
So in the top of the fifth, after an outstanding pickoff throw by catcher Kobe Clark to get Saskatchewan out of a bit of a jam there, we got Brant Wiebe coming to the plate. He walked and scored on Oakley Durham's 3-run shot in the third. Saskatchewan up 6-3, hoping to add to the lead to get a little insurance for pitcher Caden Schmatz. So the young lefty, Jacob Kippenhook, is still throwing for Newfoundland, and Logan Power is warming up once again.
Kippenhook hits him. We will take first base. Looks like it might have been a changeup that he held on to a bit too long. We've no worse for wear.
Number 6, Oakley Durham.
Pride coach having a quick chat with home plate umpire. Kippenhook did have some issues the other night with soft landing. I'm not sure if that's an issue again here for him, but he's in here in relief and starts out Wiebe with a hit by pitch, and Oakley Durham looking to do some damage again. I think the wind's blowing in on this at bat though, Adam, so he's really going to have to muscle up if he wants to get this one out.
Yes, the Ontario, Canadian, and City of Ottawa flags do appear to be indicating a wind blowing in from right field. Called strike on Durham. Third base umpire Christian Brown out to have a brief chat with Kippenhook.
Not sure what that chat was about, but onward we go. Kippenhook deals. Durham pushes that one out to left.
Nathan Kenny with the grab there.
The third baseman, number 1.
No tag.
Max Major.
Wiebe stays put at first, and Max Major at the dish.
Max has struck out and flew out to left field in his 2 previous plate appearances.
Squares to bunt, lays it down back to the pitcher, scoops it, safe at first. He beats it out for the infield single.
It sometimes can be difficult for a lefty pitcher to make that spin and throw on a any bunt, sacrifice or otherwise, and obviously a little bit slow getting that ball to first, and the speedy Max Major got himself a single.
I think it was intended to be a sacrifice and turns into an infield single.
The old coach of mine used to say, good things happen when you put the ball in play.
So a quick mound visit. Wiebe's on second, Major's on first. Kobe Clark
number 18. Kobe
up to bat here
Clark.
after ending the inning for the Pride with a quick snap throw down to second, catching Joel Nash too far off the bag.
Clark's having himself a game, both as a catcher and offensively. He's 2 for 2 with a single, a homer, and an RBI.
Looks at that pitch in there for a strike. Kippenhuck sets, delivers. Ball 2 up in the zone. 2-1 count here for Clark. Three-one count. Good hitters count here for Colby Clark, and we'll see if Kippenhuck gives him anything to hit. That he does. Illegal pitch. Pitch was fouled off, but it was called illegal, so that's ball 4. And everybody advances.
Bases now are full with 1 out for the right fielder, Ryan Bicknell.
Walked in his last at-bat, Adam, but nowhere to put him this at-bat. That one's inside for ball 1. One-oh count here. Bicknell puts that one into play. Liam Shea takes the shirt out at first. Gives up the run. 2 outs.
The designated player, number 9, Jordan Perrin.
Runners at second and third here with 2 out for Jordan Perrin. They start him with a ball away, 1-0 count. Swinging at that one, fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Bicknell has gone in to run for Clark on second base with the 2-out catcher rule.
That one did hit a vehicle here parked on Juanita Street behind us. Fan taking in some of the game from the comfort of their truck. Perrin sits back on that changeup. Able to spoil it. Foul in behind the Pride dugout.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Here's the 1-2 pitch from Kippenhuck in the dirt. Major wisely stays put at third after, as I feel we've discussed on numerous occasions, a favorable Carp backstop bounce. Never easy playing in new diamonds that you're unfamiliar with, and as a runner, always better to be safe than sorry. And that one sliced just foul down the right field line by Perrin. Stays alive. Major certainly not wanting to end the threat here with the running into and out at home plate. Perrin digs in, Kippenhuck delivers, and he holds for ball 2. That one just up. Apologies, ball 3, 3-2 count. Here's the payoff pitch for Kippenhuck. Down and out for ball 4. And he walks the bases loaded here.
The right fielder, number 12, Scott Yellowleaf.
Scott Yellowleaf's at bat, despite what Don says. I believe Scott's in center field.
He did replace Dylan Quinlog, who wasn't right, but I think he and Bicknell switched upon entering. And there's that favorable bounce again. Major wisely stays put.
Kippenhook having a little bit of challenges with his control here, Ryan. Young fella on a big stage having a little bit of trouble hitting the glove.
Max did showcase his wheels to get down to first, but doesn't want to end a threat here for the Pride. The base is loaded. 2 out. Yellow Lee's looking to blow the doors off this. Pride have pushed one across so far this inning.
Fortunately for young Kippenhook, none of those pitches were really even close, Ryan.
And I think Logan Power might be coming in to throw for Team Newfoundland Physio and Co. So Kippenhook walks in a run as Yellow Lees works the 4-pitch walk.
That was 3 walks in a row after a leadoff, or not a leadoff, but after a bunt single by Max Major.
So Logan Power will come in to throw.
Tough situation for Power to come into, down 8-3. Bases loaded. The third pitcher that Newfoundland Physio and Co. has used this game, Mitchell Whalen started. Jacob Kippenhook came in the top of the 4th. And now Power comes in the top of the 5th. And he's going to be facing the leadoff batter to start things, Will Major.
Should be no changes, I believe, Adam.
Yeah, I would imagine, Ryan, just the flex players coming out of the game and they're going down to 9, I believe. Yeah, umpire Chris Carroll, I heard him speaking with scorekeeper Alain Rivet, just confirming their lineup is not changing, so their batting lineup, that is.
So here we go with the bases loaded. Logan Power comes into a jam, trying to get Team Newfoundland Physio out of it. First pitch ripped through the hole by Will Major. 2 more runs will come in to score as Ryan Bicknell and Jordan Perrin come around. Bicknell running for Colby Clark.
The first baseman, number 20, Troy Kosminka.
That's 10-3 now, so the run rule's on. Newfoundland will have to score in the bottom of the 5th to keep the game going.
That one's up and out of the zone. Certainly a tough spot for Logan Power to come into with the bases loaded. And Will Major wasted no time jumping all over that first pitch. Kosminka spoils that one. Still 2 out here for Team Newfoundland. Logan Power looking to get them out of the inning and give Team Newfoundland a shot to score some runs in the bottom half. Beautiful change up there by Logan Power. Gets Kosminka swinging through it. Power delivers. Kuzminka spoils that one just enough right off the end of the bat, so home plate umpire will check to make sure it's okay. Oftentimes a situation like that can cut the ball or take a little chunk out of it. He spoils another one. Reaches out to go get that and waste it. Breeze swirling here on Diamond 1 in Carp.
Welcome breeze with this hot and humid conditions we have here today, Ryan.
Another great changeup from Power, and Kuzminka sits back on it. I see Team Quebec and the host Ottawa Valley Chiefs filing in for their game that will follow this one.
That's scheduled for a 2 o'clock start, Ryan.
Power gets Kuzminka to roll over on that pitch, and on to first for the third out of the inning, and Team Newfoundland gets out after giving up 4 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 walks, 2 left on base. So you can see the flags blowing in here in right field.
Now
as we get started.
Newfoundland's in a situation here where they need to score, down 10-3 in the bottom of the 5th with the 7-run rule. That's used to keep the games moving quickly. So if they don't score, they're done and their tournament will be over. So Mark Stack at bat. He's 0 for 2 today. It's pretty rare for him. He's a really good hitter. So
those who, sorry Adam, I was just going to say, those who aren't aware, Stack was up to bat last inning, but as Joel Nash got picked off at second, he was not retired, and he does start this inning.
Schmaltz was just called for an illegal pitch there, so that's a ball to the batter.
2-1 count. Stack takes a healthy cut at that one.
Now would be a good time to mention, Ryan,
and into the splash pad. Oh. Team Quebec coach tracking it down. Somebody hit the button. Somebody's going to hit the button on him.
They are hitting the button.
Oh,
my goodness, a little splash pad fun for Team Quebec, warming up for this game with the coaches. Just going to mention, Ryan, that a tournament like this is not possible without sponsors, and our lead sponsor here for the Under-23 Softball Canada Men's National Championship is Alterna Savings, and Alterna's been with us right from the beginning. Great corporate partner, great support to help make this dream a reality for the Carp Committee. So that's a walk to lead things off for Mark Stack, as Newfoundland, as mentioned, needs to score at least 1 to keep the game going.
The second baseman, number 23, Ryan Marr.
Ryan Marr at the plate. Mark Stack on first, and As you said, Adam, Team Newfoundland needing a score here to keep the game going.
Ryan Marr was recognized as an all-star, Ryan, from the round-robin portion of the event. He hit 500, 7 hits, 2 homers, and 7 RBIs, so pretty good showing. Earned him that all-star status.
Fouled off Kobe Clark. So, Adam, just to refresh the viewers' memories on the mercy rule, I believe, you correct me if I'm wrong, it's 15 runs after 3. Is that correct?
That is.
10 after 4 and 7 after 5 or 6.
Absolutely. That's correct.
And?
Well, Teddy Metcalf saying is 1 after 7. The late great Teddy Metcalf, an umpire in our area, was honored by his fellow officials with a little ceremony. Ted umpired games in this area for many, many years and is missed.
That one looped foul down the left field line. Ryan Marr stays alive, 1-2 count. Schmutz delivers. Ball 2 on the inside corner.
Send a quick shout out to Mike Brancho and his son Zach. They're on the road down to Napanee after coming here yesterday to watch some softball. They're going down to watch Mike's son and Zach's brother Tyler Brancho, who's playing in the under-20 men's national championship in Napanee. And I believe Napanee is undefeated so far in that championship tournament on their home diamond.
That changeup sat on, pushed into center. Stack turns on the wheels, advances to third on the single by Marr. So Team Newfoundland Physio and Co. in business here with nobody out and runners on the corners. And Noah Din, who homered in his first at-bat today, at the dish.
No quit in Newfoundland here as they're looking to continue this game beyond the 5th inning.
Strike on the inside corner. Big jump there by Marr at first, and we'll see if Kobe Clark decides to showcase the arm again. He's already done it once. Strike 3 looking. So 1 retired, and runner still at the corner is Logan Power coming up to bat.
Number 10, Logan Power.
Logan walked in his previous plate appearance and struck out the first time in the 2nd inning.
Looks that ball 1 up. 1-0 count.
As mentioned, Newfoundland needs a run to ensure this game continues based on the run-ahead rule.
Pitch in there for a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Power pops that one to weave it short, camped under it. 2 retired. So Team Newfoundland Physio and Co. down to their last out. Nathan Kenny walked in his first at bat and reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the 4th. Checks his swing. We will appeal. No swing. Ball 1. Strike 1. One pitch down out of the zone for ball 2. Peel again, no swing. 2-1 count here to Nathan Kenny, hoping to keep Newfoundland's bats going and their hopes alive here at the men's U23 Fast Pitch National Championship. 2-2 count, down to their final strike. Schmott's hoping to close the door. Misses up. Pushes the count full, 3-2. Kenny digs in. Hoping to push one into a hole here and pushes it up the middle. And Weed with a wonderful play to step on second and end the game. Getting the force at 2.
Based on the run-ahead rule, that's 10-3 final. Saskatchewan advancing in the playoff round here on Playoff Saturday in Carp. They'll face the winner of Équipe Quebec against the host Ottawa Valley Chiefs, which is coming up next. That game is scheduled to start at 2 p.m., but based on the way things are going, if you're interested in watching, I would recommend tuning in at least 15 minutes early because we seem to be getting the games going early here based on the umpires. So your winning pitcher is Caden Schmotz. He allowed 3 runs, 6 hits, struck out 4, and walked 3. Your losing pitcher is Mitchell Whalen. He had relief from Jacob Kippenhook and Logan Power. So again, the final score, Delisle, Saskatchewan, Fort Protection Pride, 10. Newfoundland, Physio and Co., 3. Great tournament for Newfoundland, but they are eliminated from further contention as Saskatchewan advances here on Playoff Saturday in Carp. The winner of that game between Team Quebec and the Ottawa Valley Chiefs versus Saskatchewan will take place at 7 o'clock tonight. I believe that's 5 o'clock Saskatchewan time, if my math is correct. And tune in then, as we'll be live streaming that game as well. That's it from this one. We'll be back sometime around 2 o'clock, maybe a little earlier, for Team Quebec versus the host Ottawa Valley Chiefs.